San Jose, and so far this has been the site where the high seeds have so far come to perish. How do the Mississippi State Bulldogs fare? The number 5 seed in the East region, the at-large out of the SEC, and the Liberty Flames out of Lynchburg, Virginia. The winner advances to take on the winner of Virginia Tech and St. Louis. Moments ago, the head coach of the Flames, Richie McKay.
Hey, we've earned the opportunity to be here. Let's go earn the opportunity to practice tomorrow. You're not going to be perfect. Just stay pursuing. Bring it in.
Richie McKay, the 53-year-old Indianapolis native, will tell you about his story as the day goes on. A look at the starters. Flames 28-6, the automatic bid, the champions out of the A-Sun Conference, the Atlantic Sun, in their first year of existence in the conference. Defeated Lipscomb on their home floor in the championship game. Tyson Carter from Mississippi State, a starter inserted by Ben Howland the middle of February. He has really given them an added dimension, guys. What are we looking for early? What do we expect?
Well, Mississippi State, big, strong, physical against a team that lacks size, but they'll make up for it with their quickness. Both teams want to play pretty fast.
And Liberty, you can't give them open shots because they knock down the 3-ball. One of the best teams in the nation at shooting it from the arc.
Boy, that looked to be a wide open layup for Abdul Adu, but a beautiful recovery by Caleb Holmesley, the redshirt junior, North Carolina product. And the Bulldogs inbound. This is Quindary Witherspoon. He's the Bulldogs star, their leader, having a career season, better than 19 per game. Inside, a little hesitation maneuver. He's so skilled and so crafty. Bulldogs the early lead.
And he took it in. He's so strong as well. And when you take a look at the comparison of the two teams, obviously Mississippi State far more physically imposing, if you will.
Witherspoon finished the season 18.2 points per game, second in the SEC behind only Tennessee star Grant Williams. And he was even better than that in conference play. Play clock down to 5. This is Holmesley. Hounded, broken up by Peters. Peters ahead of the field, and he missed it.
He missed an easy one, and you're talking about Witherspoon, the points, Spiro, but I'm so impressed. He shoots 51% from the field and 40 from 3, and also 81% from the line. Very efficient.
Skip pass into the corner. That's an open look at a 3. Couple of bounces on the rim from Georgie Pacheco-Ortiz, the Puerto Rican national. And the Flames still looking for their first points. 90 seconds gone by. A 3-pointer from Carter, not even close. Perhaps some early tournament jitters for that young man, the junior Starkville kid. There's Ben Howland, his latest reclamation project, gentlemen, in Starkville. What an incredible job he and his staff have done. Back in the tournament for the first time in a decade.
Yeah, Ben, one of 15 coaches that's taken their 4th team to the NCAA tournament. And he's been an outstanding coach ever since the beginning. Northern Arizona or UC Santa Barbara or Pitt, wherever he's gone, he's done a terrific job, including UCLA.
Yes.
Here's Witherspoon probing that defense. A couple of minutes gone by. Adu, who's really come into his own. Up off glass, misses, and the rebound taken by Scotty James, Liberty's leading scorer and heart and soul. As they are down 2-0, early going, 2 minutes and change gone by.
And they've missed some point-blank buckets. One by Peters on the layup, and then that one by Adu.
James, beautiful drop step maneuver, couldn't put it down over the top of Adu. Witherspoon, run to the field.
Okay. That's what you like to see if you're Mississippi State, pushing the ball up the floor, and as I said, just blowing by people.
It's going to be tough when you start talking about the length and size of the Bulldogs.
Cabell denied by Adu, one of the premier shot blockers in the SEC this season.
See, Liberty has to help on the ball, the double team when it goes down low, not get caught in rotation.
It's Reggie Perry, can't finish that left-handed delivery. And both teams struggling so far. Liberty at this end of the floor has missed their first 4 shots. Bulldogs 2 of their first 6.
Bulldogs have gotten some point-blank opportunities and, flubbed them.
Holmesley
Nice.
around the corner. First points for the Flames.
And if you're the Flames, if you can just see the ball go in, because you definitely could have gave up 8 points. It could have been an 8-0 run. Right now it's just 4-2. You're just down 2.
This is Peters. That's a 3.
All right, now they're starting to get loose.
Peters 6th in the SEC in assists. Top of the conference in steals and assist to turnover ratio as well. Such a versatile player for Ben Howland. Here's Cabell. Outside Holmesley, that's a 3. Nice. Offensive rebound, James. And he is denied again by Adu. That interior length so bothersome. Peterson, or make it Peters rather, able to draw contact. Will shoot free throws. It's on Cabell.
And watch this. There's Witherspoon. Great job by him. Boy, he is strong. Bulldogs up 5.
Point lead for Mississippi State. We say hello again to Rise.
Guys, Josh and Joe Pierre are 26-year-old twin brothers. Josh is the video coordinator for Mississippi State, and Joe is the director of player development for Liberty. And their dad, Butch, played at Mississippi State, and he's actually sitting with their mom on Mississippi State's side, but their sister, Langley, will sit on Liberty's side to keep it fair. Now, Josh of Mississippi State is 2 minutes younger and told me Joe is always beating him in basketball, in school, in card games. He even beat him out the womb. Now, he admitted he really needs this win. Joe told me on the other side, while they are competitive, they are best friends. And today is a really special day for their family.
Rise, that's unbelievable. I got to say, guys, we've heard some incredible stories covering this tournament all these years. That is just, it's hard to believe. You imagine Lenny and Steve, you're both parents having a kid in the tournament. That's one thing. 2 at the same time is another. And now they're facing each other. It's just amazing.
And they look like each other.
And the dad played for the Bulldogs. That is unbelievable. Great job, Ross. That's a fantastic story.
There's all kinds of amazing. Here's Scotty James poked away. James is having some issues, guys, with the length of this Mississippi State defense. Play clock at 5.
Yeah, active hands. You got to be strong with the ball if you're Liberty.
And you're right, Spiro. I think James is going to have to pump fake. Being able to get his shots off, and that's a deep one.
Holmesley's 3, no good. And right now, Liberty is 1 of 7 from the field. They're 0 for 4 from deep. The Flames in the tournament for only the 4th time in their history. They won the ASUN tournament in their first year in the conference this season. 27 years they spent in the Big South. But getting an early taste of what the SEC is all about. Eric Holman's 3, no good. The senior who's been a starter. He's come off the bench. A huge contributor for Ben Howland. Whistle blown here on a handoff sequence. As Richie McKay going to shuffle some players out. Looking for an offensive spark. Well, first round coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship continues on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. For more information on game times and listings, just visit ncaa.com. Keenan Gums and Mayo Baxter-Bell. Sorry, Smitty, you checked in. Plenty.
The better spread Liberty can keep their offense, the more success they'll have. There you go.
There's a little shot in the arm Richie McKay was hoping for. Baxter-Bell, he's a redshirt junior out of Cincinnati. And just like that, 4-point game.
Yeah, the spread offense gives them an opportunity to go one-on-one, utilize their quickness and their offensive prowess.
Yeah, he doesn't match the Bulldogs as far as height, but a little size down there for Liberty.
Tyson Carter now all of his first 2 from distance, and Baxter-Bell didn't take long for that young man who's got some girth to him to put his imprint on this game.
He got a little bit of girth right there. Yes, sir.
Got good hands, though.
He's asking for it.
As Reggie Perry on his back. Outside, here's Gums on a 3. That's good.
Excellent spacing once again. Ball goes inside. Mississippi State wants to help. And they find the open man. Baxter-Bell, good decision.
So Baxter-Bell, less than a minute, hits a basket and then an assist. So their second unit giving them a shot in the arm here. Just under 7 minutes gone by. Quindary Weatherspoon, this is a 3 contested splash.
This kid is phenomenal on the offensive end. He shoots a high percentage from the field and at the three-point line. 50, 40, 80 kid as far as numbers and percentages.
3rd all-time leading scorer in the history of Mississippi State.
And once again, you take a look at the spacing now. The defense is really spread.
Strip and steal. Holman able to take it away from Holmesley, and then the Bulldogs throw it away. They can get careless a bit, guys, with the turnovers. As Ben Howland will reinsert Lamar Peters.
Yeah, you're totally right. That's one of their weaknesses. They turn it over at a 13.3 rate.
But when they're running their offense and you got a guy like Weatherspoon, all you need to do is turn him loose. And you saw it right there. That was the epitome of face job right there.
Flames this season, 28 victories, a school record. Joined Division I in 1988. What a season they put together. 3-pointer in the corner. That's Elijah Cuffey, a sophomore from West Virginia. And the Flames within a point.
And that's the way Liberty plays. Penetrate the kick. Continue to find people. How about Peters dodging that?
Yeah, he did. I mean,
Baxter Bell
was coming out. He hedged extremely well.
Oops.
But man, he's giving some great energy.
Oh yeah.
For this Flames team coming off that bench.
And also, you know, gave an opportunity for Scotty James to gain some perspective on this game and get back involved.
Peters able to beat McGee. Boy, went around him like he wasn't even there. That lightning quick first step from Lamar Peters, a junior from New Orleans. Bulldogs with a 3-point lead.
You said it best. He is extremely fast and physical driving. You can't knock him off his course.
Gums thought about it. This is Darius McGee, freshman out of Roxborough, North Carolina, in for the first time. Play clock into single digits. Puffy again, not that time.
Good hustle. And Scotty James, good pass.
There's a corner 3. Robert Woodard, offensive rebound. Perry, no. It's loose. Holman takes, shot clock reset.
Nice.
What a pass behind the back. And he's fouled. Robert Woodard taking the contact. But Eric Holman, eyes in the back of his head.
That's just terrific communication, nonverbal between the two.
Yesterday was kind of chalk down the line. Today, different story. And so far, guys, the lower seeded teams here in San Jose have gone through. UC Irvine and Oregon. What a matchup that's going to be here on Sunday. And can Mississippi State survive here against Liberty?
I think those low seeds were a disguise, man, because both of those teams were really good and they didn't deserve. And Murray State's another one of those teams that, you know, got a 12, but they're much better than that. And we saw UC Irvine as well as Oregon.
Let's check in with Roz.
I was outside the Liberty huddle. Coach McKay told his team it was a defensive message. You gotta get back. It's not optional. In the half-court set is where they are at their weakest. Transition is too easy for them.
All right, Roz, thanks. We'll see if they heed his advice here. Let's see if they can get James going. Puts it down, and he is headed to the free throw line. First points for their leading scorer, better than 13 per game.
But what an excellent pass. High, low. Good job of reading it. Good post up. Rolled him up the lane, Adu, and then he got a chance to catch it, James, and score.
Yeah, it was a good catch, but did you notice no pressure on the passer? Gave him excellent vision to pinpoint that pass.
So here is James, the transfer from Bradley. Kind of a neat story. His mother, who was living in Florida, was looking for a job. She's a teacher. She ends up at Liberty as a professor. And knew that Scotty was thinking about transferring, so she took the initiative. She started sending video of Scotty to the coaches. Richie McKay and his staff didn't take long to convince them. And what a decision it turned out to be. And what a career he's had. as their star player. Beautiful extra pass. They find Carter inside.
And I tell you what, that's when Mississippi State exercises patience, because Liberty had to scramble defensively because of the size and physicality of Mississippi State. They'll catch Liberty in rotation and find open men.
And Lamar Peters did a fantastic job of turning the corner, breaking the defense down.
Cabell taking some contact. Lenny, they've kind of figured some things out last couple of sequences against this defense.
Yeah, again, they're going to start changing sides with the ball, and then they find the openings. But again, it's both patience for both teams.
Long three from Peters. So a quick trigger shot. Liberty, meantime, at this end of the floor, have hit 5 of their last 6.
And they're trying to use the pick and roll with James and get him open off some cuts, and that's a beautiful pick-to-picker play.
Lavelle Cabell, 5 straight for the Flames. Senior out of Arlington, Texas, kind of a diamond in the rough that Richie McKay and his staff found. McKay was the only Division I head coach to offer that young man a scholarship. And what a season he's had at both ends of the floor.
The winner has 84 wins. That's his. Oh, wait.
Wow.
That's nice.
Robert Woodard, nasty.
Did he catch that in the air with one hand? His left
weak
hand?
hand.
My goodness.
6'7" freshman.
2-time Gatorade High School Player of the Year in the state of Mississippi. James.
Okay, Scotty James Lynn started off this game a little shaky with the size, and right now he's figured it out.
But you know, that's what happens. You get in there, you play, you bump a little bit, you start to realize, hey, you know what? I match up. I measure up.
Guys, we're seeing some high-level offense, both of these teams, the last couple of minutes. This has been fun to watch. Woodard has his pocket picked. It's Cabell. Into the corner, Gums. Cabell again. Rebound cleared by Holman. Now, if you're Richie McKay, after some early jitters, you have to be pleased so far with where the Flames sit. Down a point against the 5th-seeded Mississippi State Bulldogs out of the SEC. This is Eric Holman, has some size over Gums. Gums able to hold steady. James clears.
What a job by Gomes. 6'5", giving up inches in weight. Stood his ground, Lynn, and didn't give up any inches to the bigger fella from the Bulldogs.
You guys mentioned it. It started out a little shaky, but the longer they're in it, the longer they're able to start to play their game. Mississippi State really playing to the hands of Liberty.
Holman misses this one, and there's Woodard with the left. Nice follow, and look at Scotty work down there on that tank. Liberty down 1.
I saw the Bison in Dayton the other night. There's something about that team. I don't know if they can stay with Duke the rest of that game, but right now staying competitive and within striking distance.
They're so fundamentally sound. I mean, they're giving up a lot of size, but what they can do is make shots, make plays, and they're well coached.
Io Baxter Bell handling. Liberty started the game, if you've just joined us, 1 of their first 7. They've hit 7 of their last 9. And right now within a point, here's Baxter Bell. That's a contested 3.
Looked like it was online from here. It's a little strong.
Lamar Peters, the orchestrator, kind of hit a bit of a funk 2 weeks in February, but was able to recover. And it has been terrific this season for Ben Howland. Here's Perry. So much strength in this kid. A little bit strong, and the rebound underneath by Holmesley.
I tell you what, you saw Perry trying to back Baxter Bell down, and that was an immovable object.
And Perry is put together, but Baxter Bell a little bit more leverage on that play.
There's the steal by Witherspoon. Ahead of the field is Woodard, extending. #1 high school prospect in the state of Mississippi last year. Starting to put it all together. 3-point Mississippi State lead.
And that's what Liberty has to avoid.
Look at Baxter Bell. Big fella rumbling down the paint and earns a trip to the free throw line.
Liberty's got to avoid those wasted possessions that lead to transition for Mississippi State. But
watch Baxter Bell. Been able to handle it, fake the handoff, took the bump. Well, he could have easily converted that bucket. He's upset at himself.
Redshirt junior is a 69% free throw shooter. Well, the Bleacher Report app connects you to the moments that matter faster. Follow your friends and give your take on highlights, scores, and more. Download the BR app today. Well, guys, special shout out to our incredible crew today. Guys handling the cameras here on the floor. Kelly Christopher, Darren Pierce, Jonathan Berkman, Tad Davis. Guys downstairs, upstairs, long day, bringing you these incredible pictures on True TV, and what a day it's been so far.
Yeah, and everybody, the entire crew, doing a fantastic job.
Peters going right through the teeth of that Liberty defense. He's got 8.
He's lightning quick. I mean, love to see him even more with the basketball, making plays, going downhill.
We come up on the final 6 minutes to play. Liberty out of Lynchburg, Virginia, champions in the Atlantic Sun. And Mississippi State, nice little turnaround by Mayo Baxter Bell. And that young man giving him a shot in the arm off the bench. And he's got a half dozen.
He's not backing down.
Not at all.
The dude's got the size, at least the height. A dude wants it now.
I mean, he is playing. Baxter Bell doing everything for the Liberty Flames. And he's asking for a little isolation. Thought he's going one-on-one, Len. I wanted to see it.
Cabell into the corner. This is a 3 from Holmesley. Splash. And Liberty in front. First lead for the Flames. In San Jose, our orange vanilla Coca-Cola double take replay. Mayo Baxter Bell. Boy, giving this Flames team some juice off the bench.
Yeah, he's been in the game for 5 minutes, but his impact has been felt. And when you put a body that big on the line, your teammates better follow.
He's done a fantastic job down on the block. He's gotten to the free throw line. You can see, you said it best, his numbers in just 5 minutes, 6 points as a rebound and an assist and a steal.
Well, what can Ben Howland do to turn the tide here? Let's get more on that with Roz.
Well, the message in the Mississippi State huddle was about dictating the style of play. They said, pick up your defensive activity and intensity. Get that ball and run downhill and get yourself some second shots off of offensive rebounds.
All right, Roz, we'll see what happens here the next couple of minutes. That's Quindary Weatherspoon, a little bit short. We should mention that Mississippi State still playing without Nick Weatherspoon, the younger brother of Quindary, who was suspended by Ben Howland back in the middle of February, violation of team rules. He was a key contributor for them and a key piece that they've been missing as they wound up finishing 6th in the SEC. Here's a 3. Puffy hit earlier. Look at James between 3 white jerseys, able to snatch that offensive rebound, and he is fouled.
I will say they're giving up a lot of size and height, but James and Baxter Bell are outworking the Bulldogs right now in the paint in this last 4 or 5 minute stretch.
Well, number 24, Adu has to do a better job of blocking out instead of standing straight up trying to go after the ball. Obviously, James is a tenacious rebounder.
Well, the Flames, gentlemen, are representing the ASUN Conference very well. First year of existence in the conference. Looking for their first ever NCAA tournament victory. Highest seed that they've ever had to date. Adu with the denial as James once again turned back.
Maybe that offensive rebound was a wake-up call for Adu.
He said not this time. But I think they wanted to go at him because he had 2 fouls, seeing if they could pick up his 3rd.
Second block for Adu. This is Weatherspoon. Puts it on the deck, wants to take Cabell. And that's a whistle. It'll put Weatherspoon at the free throw line.
You know, Len, I just think the Bulldogs, you got to go through your best player. We talked about that. He was 3 or 4. He was 3 or 3 before he missed that shot. He has a size advantage against the guards of the Flames. Let him have the basketball and make some plays for you. And
that was a great example of going downhill like Ben Howland exhorted them to in the timeout.
So here's Weatherspoon at the free throw line, 80% on the season, having a career year. At 18 points per game. Oh, you can watch every game live on your phone, tablet, computer, and favorite streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Watch now, ncaa.com/March Madness, or download the app today. So excited to have you with us here in San Jose. Spiro Beatus, Steve Smith, Len Elmore, Raj Gold on Wood-A, our producer Tom Heitz, and our director Matt Lipp, rest of our True TV crew. Ben Howland and Mississippi State, 6th place finishers in the SEC, the at-large bid, back in the tournament for the first time in 10 years. Had that terrific run under Rick Stansbury in the early 2000s, but it's been a long time coming, back in the dance, trying to get to the round of 32. And so right now, having some struggles with these Liberty Flames. No look pass. That's Gums for the corner three. Holmesley putting something extra on it.
Boy, drawing the weak side on that little bit of penetration, and you mentioned it, Spiro, no look pass kind of drew the defense away.
It's a 17-8 run for Liberty. This is a late whistle.
Yep.
Official Tony Padilla making the call. Appeared to be a good amount of contact. So 3:43 to play. It's on Georgie, Pacheco, Ortiz, and Peters to the free throw. Down by as many as 6. But in the midst of this 17-8 run, and there's their head coach, Richie McKay, the 53-year-old Indianapolis native. It's actually his second stint as Liberty's head coach. First time around 07 to 09. He then left when Tony Bennett was hired at Virginia. He's very close with the Bennett family. Dick mentored him for a number of years. Said he owed it to Dick and the Bennett family. Never in a million years thought he'd be back as Peters hits a beautiful little drive off the inbounds. He was the villain, actually, at Liberty for a number of years. He's back and has them back in the tournament for the first time since 2013. What a terrific story.
Yeah, Richie McKay has done a terrific job, not only with this program, but obviously adding to what Tony Bennett has been able to build at Virginia.
Spent 6 years with Bennett in Charlottesville. Holmesley is hounded by Witherspoon, and he buries it nonetheless. Man.
Let me see. Caleb Holmesley with Witherspoon all over him, being able to knock down that shot, and they got a little stare down between the two.
Holmesley showing why he was an A-Sun first-team selection this season, their second leading scorer. And Liberty now 6 of 14 from deep. Peters, though we know he can stroke it.
Like I said earlier, Witherspoon's your best player. He makes good decisions. He shoots a high percentage. You got to keep him involved.
Peters has talked openly about the impact that Ben Howland has had, not only on him as a X's and O's in terms of playing, but his attitude, really kind of dialing it back and settling into a mature player both on and off the floor. As Coffey's little floater won't go, follows his own miss. Peters jars it loose, but it's taken by Pacheco Ortiz, and the timer resets.
You saw everybody. This is how well disciplined, how well coached this team is. Everybody said settle down.
Go to the corner, and he can flat out shoot it.
Penetrating kick.
Georgie Pacheco Ortiz, top 10 in the country in three-point accuracy. And it's a 4-point lead for the Flames.
He shoots 48% from the field and also 48% from the three. You can't give him open looks, not that much space.
Hard to believe that McKay is the only D1 coach to offer that young man a scholarship. Nice little backdoor cut by Holman.
Good two-man game down low between Perry and Holman.
Great execution right now by the Flames. The Bulldogs doing what they do. Their strength is in the inside.
Guys, this has been a dangerous sight today for the high seeds. As that pass is saved by Gomez, but taken by Witherspoon. We've got some numbers. Peters. That's good. And Mississippi State back in front.
Had options. Witherspoon to go to a big for a layup, but he went right to Peters with the hot hand, and he knocked it down.
Richie McKay wants a timeout. The Bulldogs can score in bunches and in a hurry.
There's Witherspoon. Looks at his backcourt partner and said, Lamar, I got you. Bucket. Bulldogs up 1.
motor trend called the Jeep Wrangler an affirmation of automotive freedom. We say. They said it's what crossovers want to be when they grow up. We say. They said it was a thorough rework of an American original. We say. Because actions speak louder than words.
Now during Jeep Freedom Days, well-qualified lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2018 Jeep Wrangler for $269 a month.
1 point lead for Mississippi State. 5 straight points. A reminder to keep it here. AT&T, the half comes your way next. Our crew standing by. They've been terrific already. First couple of days of the tournament. Scores and highlights. Latest tournament news coming up on AT&T at the half. Spiro Ditas, Len Elmore, Steve Smith, Roz Gold on Wood A. Our statistician here at the table, Rich Gaynor. Both teams have heated up with their offense. Liberty, 5 of their last 7 makes from the field. And Mississippi State has hit 4 straight. Here is Scotty James.
He did everything right, Len. Great spin, great move, just didn't finish.
Had Perry where he wanted him.
Hasn't quite been able to get his game going. 4 points with 26 seconds left in the half. Quindary Weatherspoon, their star. Second leading scorer this season in the SEC. 7 to shoot. Here he comes, Weatherspoon. Shot won't go, but free throws coming up.
You got to avoid fouling in that situation. You know he's on the drive. Plus, you need some help to step up.
You're so right, Len. Team defense has to be there. He's out in front, all eyes on him. But that's the special talent he has. The blow-by was too quick where they couldn't recover. This kid has fantastic control and ball movement and ball handling ability.
And he's a special kid, guys, to Ben Howland, whom we visited with yesterday, had a great conversation. He's been with Howland every step of the way. 2015 recruit as he misses the second free throw, and then the presence of mind from Keenan Gums to signal for time. Somehow able to get possession of the basketball. And so Richie McKay will try to draw something up here. 12.4 left, 2-point game.
You want me to help put you in the state attorney general's office?
I do.
There's something that I need in return.
Name it.
Taylor Mason. I want them in a cell.
Take them out.
This I do.
Get with it, people. Have fun storming the castle.
The Liberty Flames out of Lynchburg, Virginia. Champions out of the ASUN Conference, 4th all-time NCAA tournament bid, highest seed ever. School record 28 wins. Guys, what do you do here? 12 seconds left. They'll bring it the length of the floor.
Well, for me, I keep the ball in Caleb's hand and get a chance to drive it extremely hard and use your three-point guys to give you space off the pick and roll from James.
Bulldogs have a foul to give. Here's Holmesley. That's a 3. Rebound Perry, 1 second. See if this one goes as we reach halftime here in San Jose. Well, Mississippi State clearly has its hands full with these Liberty Flames. They do close the half with 6 unanswered points and will take a 2-point lead into the locker room.
Well, that's a double-edged sword. On one hand, yes, they know they're in a competition, but on the other hand, it woke them up.
Let's throw it over to Rise with Ben Howland.
Coach, you guys started out strong, then they made their push. Now, what are the things you have to do to separate yourself in the second half?
We got to do a better job. They're really hurting us on dribble penetration and kicking out the trees, which is exactly what you expect. They're very good at that. We got to do a better job staying in front of the ball so they're not breaking us down so much off the dribble. They're an excellent team. This is a hard-fought game. We've got to do a better job at that end and then keep pushing the ball, getting stops in transition.
Right, they are working so hard to try and keep you out of transition. If they have you in the half-court set, what can your team lean on?
Well, we got to keep looking to go inside. We got to keep looking to go inside more and attack around the rim.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Rise, good to see Ben Howland back in the tournament. What a terrific job he's done with these Bulldogs. It has been hot, it has been intense, and Mississippi State, the at-large out of the SEC, up 2 at halftime. The AT&T at the half is next. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Out so far.
Well, for me, it seems like both teams playing their game. Mississippi State 20 points in the paint to Liberty's 10, but Liberty's 7 of 16 from beyond the arc. Something's got to give.
Yeah, you're totally right. And for me, for the Flames, they're a +1 in the rebounding department. You know, that's a big plus for them with their lack of size. And I think you said it best. For Mississippi State and the Bulldogs, the guard play has been fantastic for Peters and Witherspoon.
Raz Gold-Onwude spent a couple of minutes with Richie McKay at halftime. Raz, what did he tell you?
Yeah, I asked Liberty's Richie McKay how to negate Mississippi State's size and speed advantage, and he said, make them guard us. Be patient with our offense. He said, before you eat the banana, you got to peel it. You don't want to mash it in your mouth with the peel still on. Also, guys, on Scotty James, he said, don't judge his contribution by his points or shots. The way they are guarding him is what helps them.
It's a little
kind of poetic.
Hoosier wisdom.
And I'm getting hungry. Elijah Cuffey is bumped and fouled. Mississippi State closed the first half with 6 straight points. This whistle against Lamar Peters is his second. There's Ben Howland. It's an incredible run at UCLA. Took 2 years out of coaching after his departure from Westwood. And he said it kind of reinvigorated him.
Nice.
So he has brought them back. Scotty James coming down with a right-handed thunderclap.
Unselfishness, excellent ball movement. And that stirs up not only the crowd, but your team.
And we are tied at 37.
Definitely. And there's Peters again breaking down the defense to Witherspoon. Those two have a great connection. And you see him shoot that one.
How slick was the move, though?
Witherspoon, with that 3, has hit the 2,000 career point mark. One of the great careers in Mississippi State program history.
Spiro, did you say 2,000? That's not no easy task.
James backs his way down. Denied again by Adu. Tied for the second spot in blocks per game in the SEC. And here comes Witherspoon now doing it inside as well.
Oh, this is just nifty right there.
And then watch Adu against James going up over his left shoulder, but Adu all over that big time. He blocked that with his left hand on a right-hand shooter.
Well, introducing delicious orange vanilla Coke and orange vanilla Coke Zero Sugar. Quindary Witherspoon, he and his younger brother Nick, who of course, as we mentioned, unavailable, growing up in Canton, Mississippi at a Velma Jackson High School. Grew up in a rough part of the state. But not only have they survived, they have prospered. And Witherspoon trying to push his Bulldogs into the round of 32. Here's Scotty James trying to go right back at Adu, kind of pulled the chair out from under him.
I thought he walked on that play.
Nearly a steal by Peters, Pacheco, Ortiz. And this is a 3-second violation against Scotty James. Richie McKay always looking calm, cool, and collected.
And hopefully his team reflects that, the way they play. They haven't panicked yet. You know, it looked like early in the game Mississippi State was going to get away from, and all of a sudden they found themselves.
Lamar Peters and Quindary Witherspoon have combined for 30 of Mississippi State's 41 points. Peters looking for more, slithering through the defense.
Critical time right now for the Flames. Rhythm, momentum in the Bulldogs' favor. If you're Richie McKay, you got to watch the next 2 minutes.
Howland talked about the importance of having a star point guard, an orchestrator. As we'll get free throw here for Liberty. Cabell is bumped. Lamar Peters has been that guy for Howland.
Well, you take a look right here. Scotty James has got to get closer, almost foot to foot, if he's going to hard hedge. He leaves too much room, and that's where the split comes from. And you give Peters an inch, he's going to take it all the way to the hole.
Scotty James is saying, you know, Len, I want to, but I think he's going to turn the corner with his speed. But you're so right. You got to make him turn the corner. And the nifty move, and the lefty is doing a nice job. And I think that point guard defensively for the Flames, they have to do a better job of keeping him off balance before he can split it.
And that's Abdul Adu's third foul. But going back really to Peters, you got to make him turn that corner because you can get help that way. You let him split down the middle, there is no help.
Scotty James will take a seat here on that Liberty bench as Eric Holman comes in for the Bulldogs. Holman, this will be an offensive foul. Tony Padilla blowing the whistle. And that will be Holman's first. Another Mississippi State turnover.
Tony was all over this. Good post feed, and you can see holding his ground was Holmesley. And that was definitely a foul on Holman.
It's only the fourth Bulldogs turnover. They've taken care of the basketball guys. We touched on that being a bit of an issue for them at times this season. Here's Mayo Baxter-Bell. He gave him a jolt in the first half. Can he do it again off the bench?
Calling for it.
Big fella backing his way down. Perry swallows him up.
He would have been better served using his left hand.
Perry, the McDonald's High School All-American out of Thomasville, Georgia. Weatherspoon wisely will back it out. They'll reset with just under 3 minutes gone by, second half. But you feel like Mississippi State has a bigger lead. They're only up 4 guys as Weatherspoon is fouled.
Well, Liberty has found ways to get back after maybe a couple of buckets scored on them. They'll come back, knock down a 3 or score in some fortuitous fashion, but nevertheless, you know, they stay close.
Weatherspoon, contact, offensive foul. Caleb Holmesley able to beat him to the spot, number 2 on Weatherspoon.
Good job by Caleb. Understood coming off that curl. Witherspoon had an advantage. Steps right in, takes that one.
Last season started just 5 games. This season 25 games as a starter. First team All-ASUN. Their number 2 leading scorer at 12 per game. Here's Pacheco Ortiz, the Puerto Rican national. Backs away, resets. Told you about his 3-point prowess. Here he comes, wants to slash. Into the corner. Cabell out. This is Holmesley. And the rebound, Perry.
Good look. Good thought. Just couldn't knock it down.
Great position by Holman, but it's stolen by Holmesley. 2-on-1 break. Nice. Holmesley the finish. It is a 2-point game. First bucket for the Flames in more than 3 minutes.
That was a sweet pass by Gums. Drew the defender. Made him commit before he laid it off.
Holmesley did everything on that possession. Got to steal and then ran the floor.
Peters wants to get him settled. Here he comes, taking on Cuffey. Holman can stroke the 3. Got it.
And therein lies the issue for Liberty. If they're going to make some stops, they have got to keep Peters out of the paint.
Eric Holman, one of the top shooting big men in the entire country, 43%. Here's Cabell, has the answer for Liberty.
And if you're Peters, you don't want to come off that far because the defense did a nice job of containing, and he came off and he gave up a wide open 3.
Cabell was Richie McKay's first recruit upon his return to Liberty for his second stint. And what a signing that's turned out to be. Look at Holman, snatched the rebound, poked away. Mayo Baxter-Bell diving for it, then it's taken by Pacheco Ortiz.
That's taking a 50-50 ball and making it yours. Cabell, nice job there.
Cabell denied by Holman. And it looks like Baxter-Bell, guys, is a little bit shaken up, offering up his body. These kids leaving everything they have out on the floor. Back here in San Jose, good news for the Flames. Looks like Mayo Baxter-Bell is okay. He's shaken up on this last sequence. 6'5", about 255. Was banged up. Guys, we've seen him dive and sacrifice his body a couple of times in this game.
Absolutely, and when you see a guy put a body like that on the floor, the rest of the team has to follow. You know, that's great effort, great leadership.
Half dozen points, all coming before halftime.
He's giving him a lot of energy. He's given up his body. He's made some nice plays. 6 points, 2 assists for the big fella.
Well, Mississippi State just a couple of minutes ago was up a half dozen. They had their biggest lead, appeared to be gaining momentum. But 4 turnovers over the last 3 and change. And the Flames right now a chance to tie or perhaps take the lead. Whistle blown here against the Bulldogs. Robert Woodard is whistled. Freshman just summoned by Ben Howland. And that's his first.
5-2 foul situations. Keep an eye on this. We can get in the bonus.
Howland looking for some minutes from his backup big with Abdul Adu on the bench. 3 personals. James wants to take Perry. Sets him up for the drop step, and again it's Holman. Shot clock at 3. They have put the shackles on Scotty James.
I think Scotty James is going to have to use the pump fake, Lynn.
Well, not only that, but if Holman's going to come from the weak side, he was guarding Gums. Gums has got to come from the rim.
Holmesley, and he's fouled. Comes up a bit hobbled on that play. He's unable to put any weight on that right leg. He's going to try to walk this off. What a play and what a pass.
And Woodard just got plain beat. You know, that's something that there are no excuses. Either you got a man just beat him straight to the basket.
You see the brace that Holmesley is wearing on that right leg to protect the knee. The redshirt junior, he's had some injury history with that leg in the past. He's had a terrific season for them. He has been Batman to Scotty, or Robin rather, to Scotty James, Batman, and he's going to sit here. Was able to take the free throw, so that'll keep him in the game. But he will take a seat for the moment.
Yeah, 2016-17, he was leading Liberty in points and rebounds and assists and suffered a season-ending torn ACL. And obviously the effects of that have lingered.
Flames have scored 6 straight. Here's Perry, up and under, missed it.
That's bad luck.
That's just bad luck. Perry did everything right.
Perry still looking for his first points. He's had such a great year for Ben Howland. 0-4, but he does have 7 rebounds. Trying to get his scoring game going. Here's Gums. Puts it on the deck. Inside. Boy, those two, Perry and Holman, have been incredible inside. Weatherspoon got it. Basket counts. And a chance at 3 for Quindary Weatherspoon.
Weatherspoon put all of his skills to work on this one. Not only his quickness, his speed, his strength.
He's fantastic in an open court. It's a treat watching him live. I mean, he's so patient, shoots at such a high percentage. I just love everything about him. A great size for a 2-guard.
Told you, came in 2015 with Ben Howland. He's been with him every step of the way, him and Eric Holman. Howland talked about the work ethic of this young man, Weatherspoon. Doesn't miss a day of work. Thousands of jump shots in the gym. Hasn't had this kind of career, Lenny, by accident.
No question about it. You can take a look at that body. He's worked on every facet of his game. And it definitely shows.
You saw Holmesley checks back in. Here's a beautiful cut to the rack. Holman can't believe the whistle there, as Lavelle Cabell, the senior from Arlington, Texas, will shoot free throws.
Bulldogs coming up with a little pressure, denying passes. And good job in the back door by Lavelle.
And Liberty just using high basketball IQ to stay in this ball game. Mississippi State trying to run away from them, using their strength and their skill.
Cabell, one of the top free throw shooters in the A-Sun, 86%. Oh, football continues with the AAF. Watch the Alliance of American Football on TNT, and you can stream it BR Live all season long. Told you about Cabell winning his player in school history, 84 victories, but unable to hit on the second. Richard McKay actually felt that Cabell should have been the A-Sun Defensive Player of the Year. A trophy that eventually went to Wahid Aminu, a young stud from North Florida. Here's Holman, nice dribble to set up the shot. Couldn't put it down.
How many of these buckets are going to roll in and out of the basket on both ends? Somebody better get a level and kind of check and make sure that they're straight.
Baxter Bell backing down. Adu goes over the top. Adu's playing with 3. And Liberty retakes the lead.
Usually that's on a jump shot. You got to call glass on one of those plays. But that jump hook, he wanted to get it over the outstretched hands of Adu, and he knocked it off the glass.
Peters, errant pass. They turn it over.
That's what the window's for.
3 ties, 5 lead changes. As AT&T presents our above the rim look. One of the best plays of the night. Mayo Baxter Bell, the big redshirt junior from Cincinnati. And the Flames, gentlemen, not going away.
Again, utilizing their guile.
Here he comes again. Not that time.
To stay in this ball game.
He's nimble on his feet, boy. He got great post moves.
Weatherspoon. And Weatherspoon sensing that his Bulldogs need a shot in the arm here. He can give Mississippi State a 1-point lead.
Well, it's terrific a defender as Cabell is. Weatherspoon is essentially a mismatch for him because of that strength. And so Mississippi State needs to go to him, maybe to create some breathing room if they can make some stops on the other end.
You're so right, Landon. I think it's this other end where the Bulldogs, they got to find a way to put some couple of stops together to get some separation. But this game has been fantastic. Largest lead by 6 by the Bulldogs, and the Flames is 4. This game has been close.
And the longer Liberty stays in this game, the tougher it's going to be for Mississippi State to shake them.
Told you about Weatherspoon, 3rd all-time leading scorer in school history. He's gone over 2,000 career points in this game, 21 tonight. Trying to will his Bulldogs to Sunday in the round of 32. Winner of this game advances to take on the winner of Virginia Tech and St. Louis. Here's a 3 from McGee off the bench. The freshman, too strong. Here comes the freshman, Robert Woodard. Boy, we've seen some lightning dunks from that young man. 3-point game.
Well, there's so many specimens out there for Mississippi State, man. If you give them a running start with their athleticism, they can do some damage. But, you know, Liberty's done a terrific job of just slowing them down. And on this end, force them to play defense.
Pacheco Ortiz stoned by Adu. Mississippi State. Well, let's take a short timeout. This season, NCAA coaches and Infinity are taking a timeout to fight cancer with Infinity's $1 million donation to the American Cancer Society. This is an Infinity timeout for the win. You can learn more at infinitytimeout.com. And now AT&T takes us above the rim for one of the best plays of the night. Weatherspoon in the transition. And the freshman stud, Robert Woodard, knows just to do with the rest. 3-point Mississippi State lead. Liberty inbounding here. They've got 7 seconds to shoot. They go right inside, and Holmesley again able to draw contact. Weatherspoon incredulous. That's his 3rd.
Beautiful underneath baseline out of bounds play. A lot of pick-to-picker moving parts, and then a great seal by Holmesley.
And I don't know if it was designed or inadvertent to get it to Holmesley being guarded by Weatherspoon, but that's the way you slow down an outstanding offensive player, make him play deep.
Caleb Holmesley and Liberty gunning for their first ever NCAA tournament victory in the dance for only the 4th time ever, first time since 2013. Highest seed that they've ever had in a season in which they set a school record with 28 wins in their first year of competition in the ASUN Conference.
Went 14-2 in conference play.
Two-point Bulldogs lead. Here's Peters. He's been the maestro. Off the hands of Holman. Turnover. Their 9th.
To land to your point, good job by Scotty James on that pick and roll. He came up, made him turn the corner, gave his defensive time to be able to recover.
Yeah, he made sure that he didn't split by keeping his foot close to the screener.
They give that turnover to Peters. That's his 4th. As we approach the midway point, second half here in San Jose. Cuffey, Holmesley. Boy, he has made some big plays here in the second half.
That's poor communication by Mississippi State. On the screen, they've got to talk switch or let me through, and then no pressure on the passer that allows that pinpoint pass to be made.
16 for Holmesley. That's a team high. Trying to pick up the slack for Scotty James, who hasn't scored much. Their leading scorer, just a half dozen. Woodard outside to Carter. Shot clock at 6.
How animated is Liberty's defense now?
Carter splits 2. Holman misses everything. Shot clock violation. The basketball back to the Flames.
Just a good job by the Flames, staying down. Everybody's intense on the defensive end. I like that possession on the defensive end by the Flames.
Although Scotty James was lucky because that time he allowed that space once again to split, but it was a difficult split.
So the two coaches pacing in front of their benches. The chess match continues. Richie McKay, Ben Howland. Here's Holmesley, corner 3, well short. And we are under 10 minutes left. Here comes Carter, contact, and it will be a charging foul. Carter did his best to avoid the defense.
As we were saying, utilizing that basketball IQ, anticipation by the help side.
And he's taking a couple of these. Caleb Holmesley doing a nice job being able to read, react, get over quickly, and get set and take those charges.
For Tyson Carter, his first. 3 turnovers now for the Bulldogs in the last 2 minutes. We are tied at 53. Nice job to save by Pacheco Ortiz. 3-pointer from Cuffey, no. And Holman able to corral the rebound. Mississippi State 23-10. Finished 6th in the SEC this season. Lost to Tennessee in the quarterfinals of that conference tournament. As Weatherspoon misses the 3. Perry out of Peters. Got it. Bulldogs back in front.
Great job by Perry being able to get the offensive rebound, kick it out to Lamar Peters, and he knocked it down.
Pictures here in San Jose. Look now at our enhanced stats developed with Google Cloud. Some of the pretty cool kind of next-gen stats. You see Mississippi State, their offensive rebound rate, 12th best of the teams in the field. What a performance by Ben Howland and his staff. Everywhere he goes, guys, he rebuilds programs. This just his latest reclamation project. He took over the program in 2015. They had been coming off 3 straight losing seasons, hadn't been to the tournament in 6 years. But they are back in the dance for the first time since 2009.
Yeah, Ben Howland's a creative offensive mind, and you know, he's got his guys right now shooting 54% from the field and almost 47% from beyond the arc. However, it's the defensive end that they got to make a stop.
Off the steal, what a pass by Peters. Able to locate Carter for the transition 3.
And that's exactly what they did.
And just like that, 6 unanswered points. Lead of a half dozen. Well, can James get his offense going?
Just make a good play.
As Perry on his back, well played, and another 3-second violation. Second one against Liberty.
Well, I'm not sure Scotty James realizes as he's backing his man down, the count starts. And once he gives the ball up, you got to hustle to get out of there. You can't stand and watch.
Just hasn't been his night so far. And Richie McKay, interestingly here, will sit him down, their leading scorer. First team all-conference in the ASUN, but he has had all kinds of issues against the length of Mississippi State.
Yeah, if you're Richie McKay, you go into Baxter Bell, who's been very productive in this game. So it's okay from the sub, Scotty James.
Weatherspoon. Again, there's something about this kid. His game rises as the moment does. As the Bulldogs now could extend this to an 8-point lead. 8:06 remaining with a berth into the round of 32 hanging in the balance. Oh, the wait is of Super Troopers premieres Thursday, 10:30, 9:30 Central right here on True TV.
You know, the thing you got to appreciate with Weatherspoon's game is that he's allowed it to come to him. You know, he hasn't really forced an awful lot, hasn't tried to be dominant with the ball. But when his opportunity presents itself, you know, he's taking full advantage.
Well, let's see how the Flames respond here, guys. Largest deficit that they faced tonight. This game was tied at 53, but 8 unanswered by the Bulldogs. Pacheco Ortiz inside, off bounds. Terrific defense. Baxter Bell nearly tipped it in, but they come up empty. So right now, Mississippi State has him on the ropes.
This is a big possession on both sides. If you're the Bulldogs, get some separation, maybe going up double digits.
Coming up on the final 7 minutes, Peters has Cabell on his heels, going glass. Brilliant.
He is so quick and crafty with the basketball.
Richie McKay sensing the momentum change, calling for time. Mississippi State throwing its uppercut punch, up 10 on True TV. This game was tied at 53 just a couple of minutes ago, but they've held the Flames to without a point, guys, the last 3.5 minutes. And the Liberty have missed 7 of their last 8 shots.
Yeah, great defense by the Bulldogs, and obviously in that paint for Scotty James, he struggled, but on the offensive end, they've done a nice job. Quindary Weatherspoon is carrying the load, just 6 for 8, but he's been to the free throw line 11 times and made 9 for 23 points.
Lenny, what can you do if you're Richie McKay? You know Scotty James is struggling. What can they dial up?
You got to spread the floor. You got to have ISO situations where you can penetrate, kick, but more importantly, go to the basket aggressively.
Wow. Lamar Peters is called for a foul, and 3 free throws for Caleb Holmesley. Boy, just as though they were about to get out of that sequence with a defensive stand, a chance for the Flames to cut it to 7. What a turning point this could potentially be.
Absolutely. That's pretty lucky, because otherwise they were going to come out of there with nothing. The point I was going to make, though, you go to the basket strong, because now Mississippi State's in the double bonus. You know, every time they foul you, you're going to get 2 opportunities on the line.
The Liberty Flames, we told you earlier, have never won a tournament game. And for Mississippi State, it's been a minute. Haven't won in the tournament since 2008. First time back in the field in a decade.
But we can talk all we want about offense. Liberty gets back into this game, and if they have a chance to win it, they got to do it on the defensive end. String together some stops. Mississippi State, on the other hand, take their time, and they've got some guys who can make scores.
Perry, finally, his first points. And that extends Mississippi State's lead back to 9.
Quindary with a nice pass off the pick and roll, let it develop, and got it right to Perry.
Holmesley, deep 3. And just like that, it's a 6-point game.
He's had a 3-point play where he's fouled. He knocked down all 3, then knocked down that 3-point shot. He's played well. 22 points for the Flames.
And I can't fault Mississippi State, because he was about 4 feet behind the 3-point line.
Perry, that's a long 2. He's got it.
And Richie McKay is dialing up everything. A little zone, but Perry knocked that one down on that short corner. That's where you can get shots and make plays against the zone.
Maybe you just needed to see the ball go to the basket once or twice.
Guys, Mississippi State shooting 58.5% for the game. It's free throws coming up here.
Double
2
bonus.
free throws for Mile Baxter Bell. You're right, double bonus for the Flames rest of the game. It's on Peters, and that's his 4th, guys. He's got to be careful here.
Yes. And that was a huge foul, and I didn't know that Peters got it, but you can see he's coming out the game.
Yeah, Ben Howland will take no chance. He'll sit him here for a moment. Told you about the deep bond that has been built between those two. Peters said he was a little bit too brash, overconfident when he first came up. Said that's how he had to play to survive in New Orleans. But Ben Howland has been such a calming influence on him, a reason why he's become the player he is.
It's going to be interesting to see right now offensively what happens to Mississippi State. Peters the catalyst for so many big plays.
Under 6 minutes left. Weatherspoon wants to take Holmesley. Contact. Offensive foul. number 4 on Weatherspoon.
You got to see that one, and that is huge on 2 back-to-back plays.
Wow.
2 best players are in foul trouble. Let's watch this one.
Okay, maybe it was. Dip that shoulder.
Yeah, dip that shoulder.
Hard for us to see it from this angle. You don't have to be essentially set. You're entitled to that space if you're in legal guarding position, moving parallel to the ball handler. And once Quindary Weatherspoon dipped his shoulder and broke that plane, that's when the foul's called.
So Weatherspoon playing with 4.
Oh, man.
As the Flames turn it over. Cabell trying to spin in the corner.
That's the
And he lost the pill.
whole hammer play where you throw it down in the post, and then there's a screen for a guy to go to the corner. He just lost a great pump fake, but 4 fouls now for Peters and also Weatherspoon.
Yeah, Liberty can't afford empty possessions like that.
Every time we've thought that Liberty was on the mat, they've responded. Do they have one more push? Perry blocked by Baxter Bell.
Big fella.
Played that play extremely well. Overplayed, 3-quarter denied, and went up in perfect timing to block that one.
Richie McKay staying with Baxter Bell over Scotty James. Holmesley, splash! 3-point game. Caleb Holmesley playing the game of his life. Career high 25 points.
And we said if Liberty's going to get back in this game, it's the defensive end where it happens. You saw the block there. And then the rest of the story.
What is this?
Behold, the final focus board.
The final what is who?
On color commentary, it's me, Charles Broccoli. And we got the legendary Jim Nass on the log.
Healthy and delicious.
And what Final Four is complete without my 2 buddies, Ham Jackson and Spike Bree.
Yo, yo.
And it's snowing in Minneapolis.
Blizzard-like conditions at the Final Four.
That voice.
Amazing.
What a run here. Spearheaded by Caleb Holmesley, the 3-pointer. It's a 3-point game. There's Richie McKay, second stint as Liberty's head coach. He returned in 2015. Initially, guys had just 8 scholarship players. They actually lost their first 13 games that they played against Division I teams. The school stuck by him. They kind of stuck to their plan. He's rebuilt his program year by year and trying to pull an upset here to get the Flames their first ever win in the Big Dance.
And I tell you what, it may not show up in the stat sheet the impact of Baxter Bell, but his hustle, you know, he's picked his spots to make things happen.
Tony Padilla, we're told, is confirming how many timeouts each team has, and it is 1 apiece. Only 1 timeout left for each team with still a lot of time left.
What's huge though is the Flame are in the double bonus, being able to shoot 2 shots. And
Liberty has 2 fouls to give.
2 fouls to give.
Ben Howland coming back with his freshman big man off the bench, Robert Woodard. This is Peters. That's a long 3. In and out. Fight for it, and it's taken by Cuffey.
How huge was that by Baxter Bell to be able to show on that screen and roll, then to get back and put a body on the bigs of the Bulldogs and give an offensive lane for his teammates to rebound the basketball.
Told you his impact is not going to show up in the stat sheet, but Mississippi State knows he's there.
Baxter Bell going right at Adu, playing with 3. Contact, and Adu. Terrific interior defense.
Stay big, stay vertical. Got a chance to get a hand on that shot.
Former high school player of the year at Hamilton Heights in Tennessee. Born in Nigeria. What a career he's put together. Here's Carter.
Not a good shot at all.
Remember what I said, with Peters saddled with foul trouble, Carter's taking a little more responsibility in ball handling.
Guys, one thing we should point out again, Weatherspoon and Lamar Peters both playing with 4 fouls. Holmesley backdoor, and Liberty keeps on coming. What a pass by Cabell.
What a play. A little bit of a weave. Then they had a misdirection where a guy cut, and then a hard jab by Holmesley in the back door. He has 27 points.
Exquisite dime by Cabell. 15 to shoot. Weatherspoon, Cuffey got a fingertip on it.
Weatherspoon settled on that one.
Ben Howland is pleading for a foul, but no whistle.
Now his guys have to take the initiative right now and be the aggressor and not settle for jumpers.
Here's Cabell, poked away by Peters. They recover, still 12 to shoot. Here's Holmesley, career high 27. Another one from deep. Oh, he buries it. Woo. First lead for Liberty since the 12:40 mark of the first half.
My goodness.
Let's watch these last two plays by Caleb Holmesley. We get the back door, he finishes it, slam. And then this one is a broken play. Just make something happen on your own and watch his reaction and watch the bench. They are going crazy. The Flames are up 2.
Yeah, next window of games coming up. Iona, North Carolina to 116. We will have St. Louis and Virginia Tech. Winner of that one plays the winner of this one here in San Jose. That game will tip just after 10 o'clock on the East Coast. A couple of things to highlight here on the game reset. Mississippi State and Ben Howland out of timeouts, and Liberty, guys, does have a foul to give. What about some strategy here for both teams?
Well, if you're Mississippi State, you got to have something with ball reversal and some movement down low.
Perry, and he is fouled and will shoot free throws.
You know, straight ball entry right there was pretty good. I thought maybe you can cross and swing the ball to the other side and get somebody open.
And if you're Liberty on that play, you don't want to have a clock stoppage in that quick. Good job by James. He recovered. I don't know if that was a foul, but now the young Perry, Reggie Perry, the freshman, goes to the line. He shoots 72%.
Reggie Perry, Thomasville, Georgia native. He was a high school McDonald's All-American, 5-star recruit out of Thomasville High School.
And he's built like a basketball star. You talk about 72%, but he's never shot 72% in this situation.
And if you're the Flame on the offensive end, you want to spread them out, run your offense, and rely on your three-point shooting. What I mean by that, you don't have to shoot it, just stand behind the line, try to get a pick and roll with James and get something going downhill in the kick out.
Remember, Mississippi State in the double bonus.
First point for the Bulldogs in 3:45. Flames looking for their first ever win in March Madness. 10 to shoot. Holmesley's been the star. Out of Pacheco Ortiz. Inside floater, no. And the rebound knocked into the waiting arms of Reggie Perry. Scotty James has been reinserted by Richie McKay.
You got to have guys and go to their strengths. And that wasn't young man Pacheco's strength. Strength would have been the jump shot.
Weatherspoon's three, no good. And then Woodard, the rebound, and is fouled. So 2 free throws coming up. Make it a 1-and-1. I beg your pardon. Liberty is called for their 7th team foul. It's on Elijah Cuffey, and he has fouled out. And so Liberty, no more fouls to give here. Bonus for Mississippi State. Double bonus for Liberty at the other end of the floor.
Here on that,
Richie McKay asking for some further explanation from our crew.
On that other end, Pacheco Ortiz is a jump shooter. He's not a driver. And you put him in a position where he wasn't going to succeed.
And I think this is a little strategy by Richie McKay, asking to see who the foul is on, trying to ice the free throw shooter.
I think that Liberty bench guys were thought that was the 4th on Cuffey. Officials have confirmed it. So he has been disqualified. And let that tension amongst these fans build a little bit further.
And I think that's a little strategy, Spiro, because now you have a freshman who shoots 55%, had a long time to wait to get this free throw.
You think Richie's that slick?
Woodard able to hit the front end. Well, that shows some gumption. A kid his age, first year freshman. Another Mississippi product. His father, Robert Sr., a former Bulldog for their old head coach, Richard Williams. Late 80s. A lot of Bulldog DNA on this Ben Howland roster.
How huge are those free throws from a freshman who shoots 55%?
Unbelievable.
Calmly knocked both of them down.
6 ties, 8 lead changes.
You don't have to settle for jumpers. You drive and put pressure on the defense. A double bonus.
Cabell. And it's like a heavyweight fight.
No, Lynn, you don't have to drive it, but you got the guts to take that three. You shoot it.
Not only that, but they're wide open. There was nobody near them.
Can the Bulldogs answer with under 60 seconds? Weatherspoon missed it.
Oh, man.
Darius McGee clears.
Foul.
And we're going to get a whistle here on the Bulldogs. On the pass, it's on Reggie Perry, and 2 free throws as the Flames have been in the double bonus.
Let's watch this offensive possession. You don't have nowhere to go, but you can see.
You don't have to drive, but if nobody's on you.
Yeah, but I look at that, Lynn. He was so deep. And that was the one that he just took a gut shot. He knocked it down, and here's the foul, as you can see.
But Weatherspoon did what he was supposed to do. Just couldn't make the basket.
Boy, Darius McGee, a freshman, was 19 of 20 at the line before that miss. So this will be a 1-possession game no matter what here. 3-point lead for the Flames. 50.3 seconds left.
And you got to find another way to get the ball to Weatherspoon.
Mississippi State is out of timeouts. They have missed 7 straight shots. Peters from deep. Rebound Holmesley.
You don't have to foul.
Not at all.
Baxter Bell. Big fella spinning away.
You gotta love it, Lynn. Big fella spun, took the basketball and drove it. I didn't really like that shot by Peters, especially with his ability to drive it.
Exactly.
And then you see right here, you still had a lot of time. You don't have to press. Just play a good defense, had a lot of time left.
The Liberty Flames, school record 28 wins. ASUN champions in their first year in the conference this season. Trying to pull the upset here at San Jose.
Boy, Baxter Bell, cool as he want to be on that first one.
Mayo Baxter Bell off the bench. A huge part of this game for Richie McKay and Liberty.
Got to go quick.
4-point game. Bulldogs out of timeouts. Weatherspoon, he's their star.
That's it.
And he will shoot free throws. That's exactly who you want with the basketball in his hands in this moment.
He did the right thing. Drove it, put the pressure on the defense.
Quindary Weatherspoon, one of the great careers in Mississippi State history, senior out of Canton, Mississippi. Second leading scorer in the SEC this season. And he cuts it to a 3-point game, 1 possession, 22.2 seconds left.
Well, no question, make or miss. You got to go for a quick steal. You can't get it. Maybe in the backcourt, you try another steal, but then after that, you got to foul, extend the game.
Ben Howland is barking out instructions. They're out of timeout, so he's got to get it in right here as he has his players' attention.
And let's remember, the Flame, Richie McKay, they still have 1 timeout left.
Inbound to Cabell. Out of Holmesley. Shot clock is off. Precious seconds coming off the clock. They get to Cabell, who's an 86% free throw shooter. 3 for 4 tonight. He can extend it to a 2-possession game with 14.2 seconds left.
Well, Liberty as a team is 77% from the free throw line, so very few, if any, poor free throw shooters out there. But you got to extend the game.
Senior from Arlington, Texas, winningest player in the history of the program. What a moment this would be for him to get his school its first ever win in the tournament.
And that was huge, knocking down that first one. And if he can make this one to put him up 4, interesting to see what the Bulldogs do and how the Liberty, do they allow them to roll the ball up? Do you come up and maybe take some time? And there's Weatherspoon. Let's see what he does.
Bulldogs out of timeouts. Weatherspoon on the 3. He's fouled.
Oh, man. Are you kidding?
It's on Holmesley, and he is stunned. 3 free throws, my goodness. On a night where he has been nearly flawless. How much contact was there? Clearly got him on the follow-through. Officials all over it.
And how close was that one, Spiro, to going down?
Why? Close.
This is March Madness.
On your feet.
March Madness. We need a little drama.
Quindary Weatherspoon, no stranger to the big moment. This kid's got ice water in his veins. 6 career game winners in his 4 seasons in Starkville. Misses the second.
Wow, that's huge.
Guys are miss intentionally here. What do you do? They've got no timeouts.
No, I still think you
gotta
try to make this one.
You got to make them.
You try to play the foul game. You still have a lot of possessions left.
Exactly.
We'll try to extend the game as Weatherspoon hits. 2-point game. 9.7 left. And once again, it will be Cabell to the free throw line. Richie McKay called this kid a diamond in the rough. Very little attention as a high school player out of Mansfield Summit, Arlington, Texas native. Liberty was the only school that offered him a Division I scholarship. And what a career he's put together. Officials with Tony Padilla at the table want to confirm how much time is left. Right now it's showing 9.7. Both teams, gentlemen, are now in the double bonus. As Ben Howland's going to call his players over. No timeouts, a chance to give them some more instruction.
Well, let's watch this one.
Contact right there. I believe they're going to put some more time on the clock here.
It's like 10.2.
No, 10.3.
3?
So 10.3 seconds. Tony Padilla all over it.
Every 10th counts.
Yes, it does. And because of the stoppage, essentially, Ben Howland got a chance to get a timeout to be able to give his troops some instructions.
Mississippi State looking for their first tournament win in 11 years. Guys, they haven't hit a basket in nearly 6 minutes, but they still have a chance. 3-point game. Here comes Peters, their junior orchestrator. One more free throw for Lavelle Cabell Jr.
This is huge right here. Makes it a 2-possession ball game.
86% free thrower.
He's been good down the stretch in these pressure free throws.
18 points. No timeouts for Mississippi State. Peters missed it. Tapped up and in by Woodard. No timeouts. 4.9. Look at Baxter Bell able to sneak behind the defense. Perry tracks him down. But the Flames not out of the woods yet.
Not
2
at all.
free throws to try to make it a 4-point game.
And Peters did the exact thing he's supposed to. Push it up, go to the basket because Liberty was low of the foul. But on the other end, you have got to get back. You've got to account for everybody.
Spiro said it best. Baxter Bell snuck out of the pack.
That's a lot of sneaking, too.
Yeah, big fella knocked down that first one. 69% free throw shooter. What a game. And Lynn, you talked about his impact has been huge on this game.
Guys, how about the clutch free throw shooting by the Flames? Trying to put this game away. Baxter Bell hits both. Timeout taken here by Richie McKay. Wants to get his defense sent. 4-point lead for the Flames on True TV. The Liberty Flames, the 12th seeded team out of the A-Sun Conference, have never tasted victory in the NCAA tournament. They are seconds away from knocking off Mississippi State.
It's still not over.
Bulldogs have no timeouts.
It's going to be hard, man. 3.6 to push it up the floor, get a score, and then come back and still have time. That's what the 2-possession element is all about. I don't know if you can fit 2 possessions into 3.6 seconds.
They took too much time.
Weatherspoon, no, and it is over. The Liberty Flames are still dancing. They pull the upset over Ben Howland and Mississippi State. Their first ever NCAA tournament victory.
You talk about poise down the stretch, Lynn, knocking down your free throws, big defensive possessions. The Flames did it all in those last 3 minutes.
See, I'm thinking there's something in the water here in San Jose. 3 games, 3 upsets.
Unbelievable. Only the 4th time in NCAA tournament history where we've had 3 12-5 upsets. That's overall in any tournament. Last time it's happened 2014. Unbelievable. Only the 4th time that this program is in the tournament, and they have finally broken through.
I mean, a total team effort for the Liberty Flames. This is fantastic to watch the way they ended this game.
Rise standing by with Richie McKay.
Coach, congratulations. You get your first tournament win in school history. What is at the foundation of this moment?
Hard to process immediately after, Roz, but I want to give God all the glory. Obviously, we don't do it without a Christ-centered program, and I just love our guys. That was as resilient as it gets, and I think Mississippi State's a really, really good team. So for us to get our first win against an opponent of that quality, really feel blessed.
You said the word resilient. They tried to hold your top scorer, Scotty James, to low points, but he kept fighting. And then Baxter Bell stepped up, and then Holmesley stepped up. What does this say about your depth and your heart of all of your players?
Yeah, that's who we are. I think this group has committed to a collaborative effort, and really proud of them. Scotty, they did a great job on Scotty. He's a wonderful player. But I think we just held in there long enough, got a couple of defensive stops towards the end, and finally they came because they weren't coming. But again, really feel fortunate to move on.
Congratulations, Coach. Good luck the next round.
Appreciate it.
Caleb? Congrats, Caleb. You had a career high in the first tournament win ever for your school. What pride do you take in being a part of history?
It was great. Coaching staff does a great job preparing us. I thought we had a very good scout for them, and I thought that everyone stepped up in little ways tonight. It was just me scoring. It could have been anybody, but I thought my teammates set me up in the right position to score.
This wasn't luck. You guys had a share of the ASUN regular season title. You win your tournament title. You come here and get this win. How much are you even willing to embrace the mindset of an underdog, if at all?
Yeah, we knew it was going to be hard coming in. He tells us all the time that don't walk in any game, you have to respect everyone. We really respected them, and I thought we just fought to the end.
Sometimes when you make history, you tend to relax. You might just be happy to be here. How do you make sure your team stays hungry?
Yeah, I think we're always hungry. We had that mindset coming from the start of the season until now. I believe in our guys. I believe that we can make a deep run.
All right, congratulations. Enjoy.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Guys.
All right, Rise. Caleb Holmesley, 22 of his career high 30 points came in the second half. Liberty was down 63-53 with 7:18 left in the game. And they close on a 21-9 run to get their first ever win in the tournament. And now they await the winner of Vodtech and St. Louis. Madness in San Jose. 3 games, 3 victories by double-digit seeds. What do we have left for an encore? Incredible. Tournament games continue now on CBS, TBS, TNT. Coming up on True TV, St. Louis and Vodtech. We'll send you to our studio for Capital